host, Kenneth Kelly, and today we're going to be talking about stringing syntax together using the formula CONCATENATE. And although it's difficult to pronounce, it is actually pretty easy to use. So without further ado, let's get right into it. As you can see here, I have text, Jack, and Jill set up, and I have a list of formulas here. And the way that concatenate works is by taking each syntax, each cell, and basically just stringing it together. So in this case, I just did it pretty straight up, and it put Jack and Jill for me right there. Now in this case here, we're going to put equals. Actually, first, let's go ahead and copy this formula here. So as you can see, this formula is different from the previous one in that I'm putting spaces between the words. So if I copy that formula in there, it'll give me Jack and Jill with spaces in between versus the other one does not have spaces in between. Going over to this next one, I'm going to copy this formula. Equals concatenate. So in this case, I had spaces. Again, it's just another way to put spaces between your words. You can use the ampersand to separate instead of using commas. Pretty much the same thing. And then the last, second to last one here. Again, just another way to do the same thing. Jack and Jill, space in between the syntax. The formula can get pretty simple the more you digress. So if you're really good at using concatenate, you don't even have to use the full word within the formula if you already know how to set it up using shortened syntax here. So I'm going to do this last one. And in this last case, it is Jack, comma, Jill. As you can see here, I have B3 ampersand. That's the separation. That little space right there. Then you have the comma within quotation marks, which tells Excel, okay, I want the comma to be there to separate the word Jack and Jill. And then the ampersand, which again is a separator, and then D3, which is Jill. So this is basically how you use concatenate. As you get better with it, you can digress down to a shorter formula so it's easier to write. But if you're just starting off, this is probably a good way to go using this one right here. If you're just putting words together, Jack and Jill, you want a space in between. You put the comma, quotation marks with the space, and then comma, your value, then so on and so forth.
Still have questions? Click to get help from a live Excel expert at Excel Chat.